I'm sure you've seen these videos before. Yeah, they're becoming really popular right now. I see them all over my homepage, and I'm pretty sure it's for good reason. However, every time I see those videos, I just think of how exhausting it must be to sit around and robotically affirm all day long. So that's why I created this video, because I'm sure that if you're watching this, robotic affirming has not been working for you. If it was, this video wouldn't be any interest to you. You would probably look at it and be like, girl, or you are, or it does work for you and you're just curious to see what I have to say. Keep watching. But for the ones of you that robotic is not affirming, I want to let you know that all techniques are a belief. So it's not that any technique works better than another. It's just that if you believe a technique works for you, it will work for you. So I just feel like maybe you don't believe that robotic affirming works for you, and thank God, because again, it's exhausting. Why would you want to sit around all day and go, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am loved, I am loved? Like, there's a whole life to be lived. There's so much beauty in the world, and we could be using our energy to explore that, to rest in that energy, but instead we're using all of our energy to robotically affirm. No, absolutely not. So I'm happy. I'm so happy that the robotic affirming is not a belief that you hold that works for you, and that you were able to find this video to find something that I believe is going to be much more beneficial for you, and that's going to actually help you to get towards your desires. Because I think robotic affirming works for a small amount of people, and that's just my belief. Who knows? But I just personally, it just seems exhausting, and I would much rather use my energy to rest and to be in a receiving mode than to be sitting there trying to get my mind to believe something. And again, robotic affirming works for some people, or it wouldn't be as popular as it is. And it works because anything that you say or do with enough repetition, the subconscious mind will accept these ideas. So it's not the fact that it doesn't work, it's just that you could be using your energy in a much more efficient way and much quicker way. So let's get into the video. I'm going to be telling you what you should do instead. And yeah, keep watching this video to find out. One, we're going to be talking about the conscious mind versus the subconscious mind. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've been in this world for a while, or maybe you're new to the law of assumption, manifestation, law of attraction community, but a huge component of understanding how to consciously manifest your desires, manifest your ideal life, is understanding how the conscious mind and the subconscious mind works. Now, I love this picture of the iceberg where it shows that, because the iceberg is huge, but most of the chunk of the iceberg, it's underwater, and all we see is the tip, but that tip is strong. Don't get me wrong, that tip is strong. So that tip is like our conscious mind. And our conscious mind is what we use to do everyday living. We are mostly in the conscious state of mind, which is the beta mind. We think about the brain waves. We are mostly in beta. And that's the logical thinking, problem solving. It's how we, go about our everyday lives. How we how you clicked on this video to watch this. Clicked on YouTube to watch this video. You are using your conscious mind to cook, to go for a walk. For the most part, you are in a beta state of mind. And the reason why the subconscious mind is so important is because the subconscious mind houses all of your past understandings, and it's the automatic region. So the subconscious mind is responsible for us breathing, for our heart pumping, because it has the memory. It has long-term memory. From 0 to 7, your subconscious mind didn't have as much barriers up. It was just receiving all information. So that's why the ages from 0 to 7 are the most primitive, because what we see, we're pretty much just storing it, and we have no type of restrictions or no type of discernment about what information is useful or not, because we're so young. So that's where most of our beliefs come from. Most of our core beliefs come from, is from the ages of 0 to 7. And other than that, you're still always your subconscious mind is always getting new information. Like if you know how to drive, because anything that you do repetitively over a long period of time is going to go into your subconscious mind, and then it becomes automatic. You don't have to consciously think about it too much. Whereas when you're learning a new skill, new language, you're building new habits, you're using your conscious mind, because you have to use more conscious awareness. So that's the difference between your subconscious mind and conscious mind. As you can see, your subconscious mind is what's primarily controlling your reality, which is why robotic affirming, again, I'm not saying it doesn't work. If you repeat something enough times, your subconscious mind will accept it. The same way any habit you learn, any new skill you learn, you go at it enough time, consciously, your subconscious mind will accept it. But like I said, if you're in this community, you're in the law of assumption, law of attraction, manifestation world, you understand that the best way to go about changing anything is to go directly to the subconscious mind. When you are in a beta state and you are putting information into your subconscious mind, it takes time and so much repetitive energy. Like you have to keep doing it over and over again, and it takes time. Whereas when you enter the alpha brainwave state, is when the conscious mind is not as active, but it's still awake enough to be able to reprogram the subconscious mind, and that's when the conscious mind and subconscious mind are communicating. And TV and like big business knows this. That's why, when you're watching a TV show, your conscious mind goes down. It's why people love watching TV, because they say it's relaxing, and that's what the alpha brainwave state is. It's an alpha, it is a relaxing state of mind. So when you're watching TV, when you're listening to some music, right, your brainwave, it goes down to the alpha state. You go from being super conscious in the beta state to going less conscious in the alpha state, and that's when your subconscious mind is the most subjective. And big business knows this. This is why advertisement is so important. This is why commercials exist, because they know that when you are so consumed into watching something, you're not as conscious, so your subconscious mind is more subjective. So let me feed you ads about my business, and let me tell you why you should go out and buy from me, or news, right? News, love. If you notice this, right, if you're watching something on YouTube and you have it on like autoplay and you kind of go to sleep while watching something, I don't know about you guys, but I've woken up to the news playing. Why is that? It's very purposeful, because they're trying to get to the subconscious mind. Now, I'm not trying to be no conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I'm just telling you that higher levels, people who are operating in high states of consciousness, they understand that it's so important to get to you when you are in a alpha state, because they want to get straight to your subconscious, because they know that your subconscious is the most receptive, and it's not going to turn any information away, because your conscious mind isn't as active. So your conscious mind isn't there to say, oh no, this is good and this is bad. So it knows that your subconscious mind is just going to accept this information. And when your subconscious accepts the information, what you experience in the conscious state is nothing but those beliefs. Are nothing but those beliefs that your subconscious mind has accepted. When you are in a conscious state, your conscious mind has more barriers up to protect itself from like new information that it doesn't feel is like valuable or is going to help it. So that's why when you are saying beliefs that you like don't believe in a conscious state, your conscious mind is like, no, but I already have this belief, and this belief has been serving me, quote unquote, according to it's been keeping you alive. I don't know if it's serving you, but it's keeping you alive. So it's like, why would I take in this new information if I am worthy, when the fact of I am unworthy has been like serving me, and I've been okay with that. So I don't really believe that I am worthy. Okay, so that's why let me go into the alpha brain wave state, and let me say that, so that way my conscious mind can shut the hell up, and then my subconscious mind can just accept it. Okay, I feel like I've said conscious and subconscious so many times that I've beat the dead horse enough. It's you guys get the point. Is that it's just very, very imperative to do all of your main work when it comes to changing these beliefs that are not serving you, in a state where your conscious mind cannot seemingly protect you. Because at the end of the day, your conscious mind really does believe it's protecting you. It's not trying to it doesn't have an agenda to keep you in a place that is not in alignment with your highest self. That's just not the case at all. It just wants to keep you alive. It wants to make sure that you survive. And it feels like the beliefs that you had up until now, you've been surviving. So why change it? We don't need to change what's been helping us. You know what I mean? So that's why the robotic affirming is not working for you, because your conscious mind does not want to accept that. So some of the best ways to get into that alpha state so you can start to directly communicate to the subconscious mind is stats, which is the state akin to sleep. This is a state that Neville highly talked about, because you know that state right before you about to go to sleep where you still up, but you like low key just so relaxed, so zoned in, but like if you hear a noise, you'll turn your head because you're still very much conscious, but you just so relaxed and so just you just feel so good in this state. That's the state that we are looking to achieve. So you can do it right before you go to bed. You're also in that state right when you wake up. But the reason why I feel like it's kind of difficult to do that right when you wake up is because most of us, we're like, got to use the bathroom real quick, get in some water. You know, we're not like, oh, let me visualize. So, or let me say affirmations. So you can induce that state through meditation, through self-hypnosis. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Silva method. It has to do John Silva method, where you pretty much put yourself into a state of hypnosis, and it puts you into that alpha brainwave state. You can achieve that state in yoga. You can achieve that state by walking, right? It's a lot of ways that you can achieve that state. You just have to find what works best for you. But you'll know you're in that state when you are so relaxed that like your body, your muscles are like, it feels like your muscles are weighed down by gravity, that you can't really move, but you're still awake. Like you still, like I said, you hear a noise, you can turn your head. So you don't want to be to the point where you about to, like where you're asleep. But because you're asleep, the conscious mind cannot do what it needs to do in order to impress the subconscious mind. You want to still be a little bit conscious. That's why meditation is just really, it works really well with getting you to that state. But anything, like when you're in the flow state, you're also there. And that's when I feel like you are super connected to the super conscious mind when you're in flow and you start to get those downloads. And that also happens when you're walking. So again, whatever works for you, go ahead and do that. You just got to find what works for you. And that is going to be the best time to say the affirmations. That's going to be the best time to visualize. That's going to be the best time to whatever you find works to impress your subconscious mind with the new beliefs that are going to align with your highest self. Part 2. Feeling is the secret. This is also, if you could tell, I'm very Neville Goddard core to the core of me. Love that man. Because when I first came into the law of attraction, I heard Abraham Hicks. That was how I first got introduced to the law of attraction. But then not shortly after, I heard Neville Goddard. And I connected to him so much is because I can tell that he was coming from the highest level of understanding about like the nature of reality. And he started, and I started to apply his techniques, and my life changed in no time. So that's why I always very, very heavy Neville Goddard core. So let's talk about feeling is the secret. Shout out to Neville Goddard. Another reason why robotic affirming is not working for you is because you don't feel it real. You're saying it, and like I said, your conscious mind is rejecting it, because the best way to impress the subconscious mind is through feeling. So that's why when you are in that alpha state, it's much easier to ignite a feeling because your conscious mind isn't so active to say, this isn't true, this isn't true. Whereas when you are in that alpha state, you can say something, your subconscious mind will accept it because your conscious mind isn't so active, and then you can ignite the feeling that will go along with it. So feeling is the secret when it comes to impressing the subconscious mind with your new ideas that's going to support your new reality. And something that Neville Goddard said, you are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. Your refusal to see that you are already who you desire to be is what's keeping you from it. If everything already exists, right? We live in an infinite reality with infinite potentialities, infinite timelines. That means that your highest version of yourself, it already exists, and you are already that now. But the reason why you can't see that is because you have these beliefs in place that are, whatever you believe is where your attention is going to go. So if you believe that the world is cruel and that there's no opportunities and that, it's just such a hard place, your conscious mind is going to look for evidence to support these beliefs. But if you believe that the world is abundant, it's free, there's so much joy, there's so much peace, your conscious mind is going to look for evidence to support these beliefs. So that's why it's important to get to that subconscious mind, so that your conscious mind can look for evidence of these beliefs. And again, the robotic affirming, your conscious mind is a barrier. It's protecting you. So it's saying that this doesn't even feel right. So that's why when you're saying, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am loved, everything is working out for me, you have this icky feeling within your chest that that's just not true. It's not true. So we have to talk about how to bypass that feeling that it's not true, because that feeling is just coming from your subconscious mind. It's coming from maybe, the information that you got from 0 to 7, those hardcore beliefs that you have. It's something within you is saying that I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. So when you're saying it, that the subconscious, those deep core beliefs are what you actually are going to feel. And if you aren't feeling it real as you're saying it, it's literally pointless to say I am worthy if you don't feel it real. Or it's exhausting, because if you say it enough times, sure, your mind is going to accept it, but damn, how long is that going to take? It's exhausting. You might as well just go straight to feeling it real. And the way to feel it real is, I hear a lot of advice. People will say, you have to feel worthy. You have to feel abundant. You have to feel deserving. You have to feel loved before that manifestation can come in. But they don't really talk about how to get there, how to get to that feeling. And that's why I wrote down the best way to feel it real is by resting as what you actually are. And what you actually are is peace, is abundance, is awareness, is joy, is these are your inherent characteristics. See, this is what you will never hear anybody, not never, but most people in the manifestation community, they don't break it down like this. They always say you gotta feel it real, you gotta feel worthy, but they don't ever explain what that even means. They'll say, oh, there's an abundance of air, there's an abundance, and yes, that's true, but it's so much more simpler than that. Because the truth is that you are these feelings. This is your inherent nature. The only reason why you cannot see that is because of the beliefs that you have, these blockages that you have that are preventing you from seeing the truth. But the truth is there. Even behind the blockages, the truth of of who you are is there. You just have to remember. And this is where I step in. This is where I feel like my gift lies, in helping you to remember that you really don't have to do much in order to achieve these states, because you are already in the state. Why would you have to do? Why would you have to do anything to get in the state that you already are? It's just about remembering. It's just about removing the layers that are preventing you from seeing that you are already abundant, loved. You already have all the joy, all the peace, because that's your inherent nature. That's your inherent nature. So now we're about to get into what I mean by do this instead. Because if your inherent nature is already wholeness, abundance, love, joy, peace, then why the hell do I need to tell myself that? I don't need to tell myself that. I'm already that. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. But you're already that. Why do you have to tell yourself that when that's your nature? You just have to reveal it. And that's why I feel like I'm not here to give you information. I'm here to remove the information. I'm here to help you go beyond the information, to go beyond your mind. Because your mind does serve you well, don't get me wrong. But your mind is also your limitation, because it's preventing you from seeing the truth. And the truth is, you need nothing. You literally need nothing to be the fullness of what you are. You just need to remove the layers that are preventing you from seeing it. So let's get into it. So part 3 is the solution. And I'm sure you've caught on by now that what I want you to do instead is to remember who you are. And I'm not saying the remembrance of who you are doesn't require any effort, because it does. It requires conscious attention. It requires mindfulness. It requires an extreme level of focus. But this is going to give you back a much higher return of investment than goddamn saying robotic affirmations all day long. This is going to give you what no desire can even give you. It's going to give you what do you think your desires are going to give you, because you think that that person that you want is going to give you the peace and the love that you so want. And I get it. We're human. We love connection. Like you should want that. Okay, it's nothing wrong with wanting connection. You want the money. You should, because you are abundant. And you know you are abundant. So it don't make sense for you to be living in lack when you are literally abundance. Everything that you want is because deep down to your core, like to your soul level, your spirit level, you know that how you're living now is in complete opposition to who you truly are. However, you think that it's the outside that's going to give it to you, not realizing that it's in here. And again, that seek first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all things will be added onto you. You have to understand that you have to seek first the kingdom of heaven, and the kingdom of heaven is within. What did Jesus tell you? And you don't have to be a Christian to hear this. I feel like in most major religions, I just talk about Christianity because I know in the West, most people come from a Christian background in some way, shape, or form, that the kingdom of heaven is within. So you don't seek out there for your treasure when it's in here. If you have always been everything you seek. And when you see that, you recognize that this is what you want. You want the peace, you want the love, you want the abundance, but it's in here. It's actually everywhere. But like first you got to feel it in here by remembering who you are through focus, through raising your level of consciousness, which is just by being mindful through your day-to-day life, recognizing that all thoughts come and go, right? All thoughts come and go, but there's an awareness and I say this in every single video because this is so crucial to understand. Like if you get this, nothing else, like you don't need to listen to another video ever in your life. You listen to it for the joy of experiencing consciousness, but not because you're trying to get something. But if you can understand that there is a screen of awareness behind all of experience, and what appears on the screen is like our bodies and our minds and objects in space. But there's space in between all objects. And that space is your true nature. That space, that awareness is always with you. It's been with you since you were a little kid. You have always been aware of your experience. Your face changed, your thoughts change, your feelings change. But what is it that's aware of the change? That is what you actually are. And that one is so fulfilled. It needs nothing. It's unconditional. It's unconditionally loving because it accepts everything. It doesn't reject an experience. Only the conscious mind comes up and says, I don't want to deal with this experience. I don't want to deal with that. That's the conscious mind that comes up and does that. But the truth of who you are, it accepts it all. It is so unconditionally loving. It lacks nothing. What could it lack when it is everything? It is literally like, look up into the sky. Just look around you right now. Notice that there's objects in space, but there's space. Notice that there's space, and then there's the objects in space. But if you take every object out of space, there's still the space. When you meditate, you notice that when there's no thoughts, there's still something that's aware of it. There's this expansion. There's this spaciousness that exists behind all thoughts, behind all feelings. That is what you are. And that one lacks nothing because that one exists within everything. You can even think about it as being the holy breath. Everybody breathes. All objects in space breathe, right? That they're all breathing the holy breath. Because it's that energy. It's the energy that flows in and through everything. I'm really passionate about this because I really want you to understand that that's what you are. You are not your limited body and your mind. That is an aspect of what you are. Like I'm not saying like, oh, you're just not that and just like completely disregard it. It's just a tiny aspect of the truth. And the truth is you are everything. So what could you lack? What could you ever lack? What could you ever need? So when you know this is true peace. This is how you feel the affirmation is real. I am worthy. Of course I'm worthy. Because I am everything. I am loved. Of course I'm loved. Because I am of course I'm, duh. Only the limiting beliefs that come and go within the field of what I am can say that I'm not worthy or I'm not loved or I'm not. But that's hobnosh. That doesn't matter, because I am the awareness. I am the awareness behind all of experience. And when you can rest in that state and like consciously go about your day, that's when everything will change for you. That's when everything will change for you. Mindfulness. Become mindful of your experience. Really get into the present moment. Really fall in love with things as they are. Because why would you care about if things change or not? You have peace. You are at peace. You don't need anything out in the world to change when you recognize that you are God. What did Jesus say? Ye are gods. I don't care what comes and goes in my reality. I'm okay. Because I know who I am. And again, this is not a philosophy. This is not a theory. This is something that you can experience and you can know for yourself. How? By being very intentional with where you are placing your focus. Get your focus from out your head and out of your body even. I mean, yes, it's important to feel your emotions, but I have a whole other video about just like the importance of feeling your emotions. But really, you want to place your attention just on each moment as it comes and goes. On the presence of each, just to see the gift of life. Just to see the infinite potentiality that exists in each moment, as authentic as it is, as vulnerable as each moment is. Beyond the constructs of your beliefs about how reality works, just to be in the freeness of that infinite potentiality. That's where you want to be. And when you're there, that is the kingdom of heaven. You are in a heavenly state of mind because you are at peace. You have joy, you have love, and you don't need anything to change. You just have those feelings now because you know who you truly are, and you know that these are the qualities of what you truly are. And the way that you recognize who you truly are is because you have meditated. You have detached yourself from all your thoughts and feelings that come and go. You have attached yourself to the one that never comes and goes. There's an aspect of yourself that never comes and goes. And you have experienced that through direct experience, not through a theory, not through your thoughts, because your thoughts are going to limit it. Your thoughts can never, ever get you to here. You have directly experienced this truth. Everything else will change. Everything will change. This is the highest spiritual path you can go on. So yes, in the beginning, you want the car, you want the house, you want the lover, you want the money, because you think that it's going to give you the feeling that you already have access to, because that feeling is who you actually are. So then once you see that when you get the things, what's going to happen is change, because change is inevitable. Eventually you're going to desire something else. So you're going to realize it was never about the thing. It was always about the feeling that the thing can give you. But then you realize that I have the feeling within myself. So I don't really care what shows up. And because reality is just a mirror, because you don't care, because you're just resting as what you actually are, which are all of these qualities, that's going to be reflected back to you as everything that you want. It's everything that you want. And you're going to be so much more at peace because you're not afraid of losing it, because you know if you lose it, you can get it right back, because it's your nature. My nature is peace. My nature is love. My nature is abundance. My nature is all of these amazing qualities that I want. Why would I care about what appears on the screen of awareness when the one thing that's constant in life is change? Things are going to change, and I have the tools. I'm equipped to handle everything, but I'm so in love with life and just how it's flowing and how it's appearing, that just to know that I am is enough. And that's where I want you to be. I don't want you to robotically affirm and say that I am. No, I want you to experience it. Not through your mind, but through your body. Through your frequency. That's what I want for you. And that's what you not go hear it broken down like this from a lot of these spiritual teachers. A lot of these coaches, manifestation coaches, because unfortunately, they're still operating from the mind level. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's time for us to rise above, to go beyond the mind, to go beyond these limitations, and to rest in our truth. to rest in our truth, and to go beyond even these little material things that we want. Do you know that we can travel to different planets through the stars? Okay, I don't want to get too deep, but baby, do you know who you are? I'm here to remind you to wake up. But you can only wake up when you start to bring a level of conscious awareness to your day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience. I need you to be conscious and aware at all times. I need you to say, am I aware? Am I aware? Through self-inquiry, right? Who is it that's aware? Like, if you ask that question, who is it that's aware, and then your mind gives you an answer, you know that can't be it, because anything that you are aware of is still happening in the field of what you are. This is how deep I need you to go. And yes, you will get everything that you want, but more importantly, you'll know the truth, because that's what you actually want. Beyond all the objects, you really want to know the truth. And I mean, you want to have fun in this realm of form. Look, I'm all about having fun in the realm of form, but from the level of knowing the truth. So I feel like I can't say it any more than I've already said it, and I don't even think I really stuck to my notes, because I got into like a trance of just straight up love and just my passion for this truth and understanding. And the way to get to you is through talking about manifesting your desires. And I want you to manifest all your desires, but above all, I want you to know the truth. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. I love you. I love you. I love you. Make sure you guys sign up for my habit tracker. It's a habit tracker. I'm gonna put it up here actually on the screen and show you how it works. This habit tracker is amazing. It's free, and it's going to help you stay on track of your goals, of your meditation, of your breath work, of your visualizations, right? To get you aligned with your highest timeline, and you'll be able to see in real time how you're doing, and then you also get points. So the more that you show up for yourself, the more points you get, and every time you level up, you can this can be a really good reward system for you. So like when you get to level 1, you can reward yourself with a nice treat. Get to level 5, you can go on a vacation. And I mean, if you stick into it and you get to level 5, like, your life could be so drastically changed that, man. So yes, I love you, and yeah, sign up for that habit tracker down below, and I will be seeing you guys in a few days. And hi to everybody that's new. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.